Hey guys, Marcus Garcia here. Just want to give you a brief introduction to myself and my literacy narrative here that we're going to talk about. So, I am 35. I've been in the Navy for 17 years. I've been deployed all over the world in support of Operation Enduring Freedom on Operation Iraqi Freedom, and also did partnership to Africa. I've been stationed coast to coast all over the world and done a lot in the Navy. So I have a bit of a non-traditional story when it comes to the literacy narrative that we're discussing here. I'm married. My wife is an intellectual property and trademark paralegal. She's worked for Schick, Wilkinson Sword, Subway, NASA, several law firms in DC and New York City and Miami. Currently, she works with the Suffolk City Attorney, doing litigation and things that the city, gets involved in. So she does quite a bit. And my daughter is a manager of a restaurant in Key West. That was actually my last duty station. She decided to stay down there and do the Key West thing. So it's a little bit about me to kind of briefly cover my life in my introduction here. As you can see, this picture here on the left is me as a child. As a young man, 18. My senior year. I was all about the academics. I was a smart kid. I was pushed into that path like many of you. Throughout my younger years, I recognized, hey, this guy needs a little bit more challenge because I was always getting in trouble. Then led me to take the IQ test and got put into a special program, which I write about in my narrative. And then that kind of pushed me on the academic path. As I went through school. Then 9/11 happened. I went off of that academic path, even though I had a scholarship to Ohio State. I joined the Navy right after 9/11. I was 17, had to have my parents sign me up. So this is me as a young sailor. Paid officer third class to E4, my first duty station. Looking all squared away. And then I go on into the Marines after the ship. I don't have many pictures from there because it was operational. And then my tour with the Marines, I was doing Marine things. I'm a hospital corpsman, so I do medicine. But we provide support to the Marines as well. So this was my tour with the Marines. I did that. Marines hold fitness in high regard, so I took that on board and I became a bodybuilder. So I was doing my weightlifting. I got up to bench pressing 315, squat over 400, leg press over 1,000 pounds. Doing the bodybuilder stuff. I was big and strong and all that good stuff. That's where I met my wife, of course, right? Then I moved from there on to kind of more senior sailors at E6 at this time. I traveled the world as an inspector. This is me at Niagara Falls. I'm one of my inspection units up there. I went to go take a look at them. We get out to go travel. I did some traveling the world there. I climbed mountains. This is me climbing a mountain here in Virginia, having a good time doing that. And then I moved on from there. I made Chief Petty Officer, which is a really big deal in the Navy. This is my family. Uh, you know, Talking about that a little bit later. Me and my aunt, and this is me and my first duty station after making Chief. I was playing the Star Spangled Banner for a change of command ceremony, Jimi Hendrix style, of course. And then from there, now I'm working at the higher levels of government, including the Pentagon and the Bureau of Medicine and Surgery. So, and that's a little bit about my journey as a young man and into the military. I'll cover a little bit more about that in the next section. But I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading. I hope you enjoy it, and talk to you later.